Welcome to Philippine Canadian Empire's Daily News Roundup, brought to you by CanadianEmpire.net, your only Filipino-Canadian daily news portal. I'm Rowan Echo, and here are stories making headlines today. Hapilon, Maute killed by military. After the months-long war in Marawi, Abu Sayyaf leader Isnilon Hapilon and Maute terror group leader Omar Kayam Maute have been killed in a 4-hour fight between militants and the government forces on Monday morning. According to the Armed Forces of the Philippine Chief General Eduardo Año, Omar was killed with a sniper's shot in the head, while Isnilon met his death by gunshots in the chest. Assuring the death of the two terrorist leaders, Año said that the hostages and other Maute group members who surrendered have confirmed the identities of the two remains. The two were killed by select members of the Army Scout Ranger Regiment and other special forces in a final assault. PNP to drug war critics, don't ask us to change. The Philippine National Police called on the critics of the Duterte administration's war on drugs to focus on seizing illegal drugs use instead of asking PNP to change its approach on the war on drugs. PNP Director General Ronald Bato de la Rosa said, quote, "Do not ask us to change. Ask the drug users that, if the war on drugs is bloody, stop taking drugs, stop fighting the police," unquote. Furthermore, De La Rosa stressed that the PNP values life, adding that the police wouldn't have launched its campaign against illegal drugs if they didn't value life. Trump says predecessors didn't honor fallen. 4 U.S. presidents meeting the families of military personnel killed in war is about as wrenching as the presidency gets. President Donald Trump's suggestion Monday that his predecessors fell short in that duty brought a visceral reaction from those who witnessed those grieving encounters. Quote, "He's a deranged animal," unquote, Eliza Mastromonaco, a former deputy chief of staff to President Barack Obama, tweeted about Trump. With an expletive, she called Trump's statement in the Rose Garden a lie. Trump said in a news conference he had written letters to the families of 4 soldiers killed in an October 4 ambush in Niger and planned to call them, crediting himself with taking extra steps in honoring the dead properly. Quote, "Most of them didn't make calls," unquote, he said of his predecessors. He said it's possible that Obama did sometimes, but other presidents did not call. The record is plain that presidents reached out to families of the dead and to the wounded, often with their presence as well as by letter and phone. The path to Walter Reed and other military hospitals, as well as to the Dover, Delaware Air Force Base, where the remains of fallen soldiers are often brought, is a familiar one to Obama, George W. Bush, and others. That wraps up our news here on PZI Daily News Roundup. Thank you for joining us. For more news stories, visit our website at www.canadianempire.net.